Hello, my name is Haarala-Muhonen and I work as a lecturer in University Pedagogy at the Faculty of Law City Center campus. In this recording, I present an example of how generic skills were integrated into the curriculum and how students' experiences of generic skills learning and alignment of teaching changed over the years. First, why pay attention to generic skills? Research has demonstrated the importance of integrating generic skills into the curriculum from the very first year of the study. Therefore, this example specifically focuses on the experiences of first-year students. The University of Helsinki collects feedback from graduates a few years after graduation. In it, the law graduates express their satisfaction with the legal knowledge they have received in their training. However, they experience that there was lack of skills such as legal problem solving, legal argumentation, and integration skills. In the 2017 curriculum reform, particularly attention was paid to the descriptions of the curriculum's learning outcomes and to the generic skills, as well as to the fact that the teaching methods used support the achievement of the learning outcomes, including skills. In other words, there must be a good alignment between the learning outcomes and the teaching methods. Previously, law students primarily participated in traditional content-driven lectures offered to the entire year cohort, with written examinations being the most common method of assessment. And the bachelor degree program was largely based on independent work and practical exercises such as legal problem solving in smaller groups were rarely available. As the learning outcomes were modified, it was also necessary to review the teaching methods, particularly from the perspective of skills development. So, the Faculty of Law set out to find out what kind of activating teaching methods could be suitable for this teaching learning environment, where the size of the class is about 200 students. This teaching model incorporates the principles of case-based and team-based learning, flipped learning, and problem-based learning. The aim of this pedagogical structure is to support in particular the learning of students' content knowledge objectives and generic skills, such as the application of legal knowledge in solving legal problems. The Bachelor of Law Study program is divided into thematic units. Each unit begins with an introductory lecture, followed by lectures based on students' prior preparation. A legal problem is presented to the students and they are expected to find a solution together. This process will be supported by student tutors in their lecture room if necessary. The solution to the problem is discussed together under the guidance of the teacher, and students receive feedback on the solution. Law teachers have applied this model in different ways, but the common feature is that students practice solving legal problems. Because generic skills were at the focus of curriculum reform, we wanted to investigate how do students' experiences of generic skills change over the years. The data was collected through the How You Learn survey between 2014 and 2023. At the time of measurement, law students had been studying at the Faculty of Law approximately 6 months. On the left, the vertical axis shows the scale from 1 to 5 and 2 dimensions of the generic skills: critical thinking, including problem solving, and communication and collaboration. At the bottom, the linear axis shows the starting year of studies. Note that students who started their studies in 2017 followed a new curriculum, and students who started their studies in autumn 2019 and 2020 answered the survey during COVID-19. The trajectories of the mean scores of the measured variables over the 10 years are illustrated in this figure. The trajectories for the scale measuring critical thinking and problem solving is orange, and the trajectories for the scale for communication and collaboration is purple. First-year students' mean score for the critical thinking varied between 3.53 and 3.95. Mean scores for communication and collaboration were from 3.05 to 3.54. To examine whether student experiences of critical thinking, collaboration, and communication skills have improved over time, we conducted a curve estimation analysis. Students who started their studies in 2017 followed the new curriculum. It shows that students' experiences of general skills development declined. This suggests that the process of change was still ongoing and that the new teaching methods had not been fully implemented. The analysis revealed a significant linear trend, indicating that students' critical thinking experiences have shown a consistent improvement over the observed years after curriculum reform 2017. This suggests that the legal problem assignments have developed students' critical thinking, their ability to solve legal problems. In contrast, collaboration and communication skills showed no significant change. However, the mean scores of communication and collaboration were lower. This reflects the teacher's perception that students do not really work together. They divide the task into parts and work independently, and then put parts together. In addition, we wanted to examine the relation between alignment and generic skills. And to this chart, a key dimension of teaching quality, alignment, has been added. The trajectory of the scale measuring alignment is green. For alignment, the mean scores range between 3.16 to 3.77. The correlation analysis showed that all the measured elements were statistically significantly and positively related to each other. In other words, generic skills and alignment were related. It is noteworthy that there was a decline in alignment in 2017. However, since that time, alignment has improved, even during the challenging years of the COVID-19 pandemic. This indicates that the solutions implemented in the curriculum reform have positively impacted the quality of teaching. Furthermore, the minimal decrease in alignment during the COVID-19 crisis suggests that teachers demonstrated pedagogical flexibility and that the infrastructure was adequately prepared to adapt to the situation. Finally, I would like to encourage you to develop research-based teaching. But as this example shows, change can be slow and unexpected factors, such as a pandemic, can come along. So perseverance and belief in what you are doing are needed. Thank you.